For module number 6, operation of radical expressions, multiplication of radicals. Now, for this lesson, multiplying similar radical expressions, gagamitin natin yung rule for product rule of radicals, wherein kapag meron kang dalawang radical terms na parehas yung index, minumultiply natin yung mga radicand nila. We'll just copy yung index and then minumultiply natin yung mga radicand. So for example, we have number 1, square root of 2 times square root of 3. So, parehas yung index nila. Ang gagawin na lang natin is multiply natin yung numerical coefficient, which is 1 in this case kapag hindi nakalagay, and then yung radical. So 1 times 1 is just 1. Copy yung radical sign na parehas, and then yung multiply natin yung mga radical. 2 times 3 6. So yan yung final answer natin. Since hindi mo siya pwede i-factor para mahanapan mo po ng square root yung mga factors nila. So yan yung final answer. Next, for number 2, we have cube root of 6 times cube root of 4. So again, parehas yung indices nila. I-multiply natin yung numerical coefficient nila dito sa labas. So pag hindi naka-indicate, ibig sabihin this is 1 and this is 1. So 1 times 1 is just 1. Copy yung mga radical sign and yung index, and then multiply natin yung 6 and 4. 6 times 4. So 6 times 4 is 24. Now, cube root ng 24, since hindi siya perfect cube, try natin i-factor yung 24. Hahanap tayo ng factor para ma-simplify. So, ang gagamitin kong factors, since cube yan, since 3 yung index natin, ang gagamitin kong factors or 8 times 3. Since yung square root ng cube root ng 8 is 2. So, ang gagamitin mong factors yung number na may perfect cube root. So, dito yung cube root ng 8 is 2. So, para mas malinaw, paghiwalay natin. So, cube root ng 8, anong number yung i-multiply mo tatlong beses para makuha yung 8? That is 2. 2 times 2 times 2, you have 8. So, ang cube root ng 8 is 2. Cube root ng 3, wala na, so you'll just copy. So, dito, diretso lang yung pag-multiply. Titignan mo lang kung parehas yung index, and then you just multiply. Copyin mo lang yung radical sign at saka yung index, and then i-multiply mo yung radical, so you have 6. So, dito, same, i-multiply mo yung radical, pero since pwede pa siyang i-factor, and yung factors niya may perfect cube, i-factor mo pa siya, and then kukunin mo yung perfect cube root ng isang radicand natin na perfect cube. So, titignan mo pwede pa sila yung factor. For number 3, same procedure, parehas by index. So, parehas sila, so you'll just copy yung radical sign, and then multiply yung 5 at saka yung 20. 5 times 20. So, 5 times 20, that is 100, and then ano yung square root ng 100? Since 100 is a perfect square, square root ng 100 is 10. So may instances na perfect square yung makukuha mo dun sa pag-multiply ng dalawang radicand or multiple radicands. So kung perfect square yan, diretso na ano yung square root ng number na yun, makukuha mo na yung final answer. Yung number 1 kasi hindi siya perfect square. So, hindi mo pwedeng kunin yung square root ng 6. O hindi mo na siya pwedeng i-simplify. Next number 4, square root of 10 times square root of 25. So, since parehas yung indices nila, we'll just copy. This sulat natin yung 10 times 125. Now, pwede mo na i-multiply yung 10 times 125, and then you'll just have to factor. Ang problema, masyadong malaking number yun. So, habang maliit pa lang yung number natin, yung 10 tsaka 125, i-factor na natin sila. So, yung 125 yung mas magandang i-factor, which will give us 10 times 25 times 5. So, 25 times 5, that's 125. Hindi mo na kasi pwedeng i-factor yung 10. Ano nang factor ng 10? 5 and 2 lang. So, walang perfect square doon, so di mo na masisimplify. So, much better na i-simplify yung mas malaking number kasi yung mas malaking number meron siyang factor na 25. which is a perfect square. So yung 25 na yun, pwede natin isulat na ganito. Now obviously, square root of 25, which is a perfect square, ang square root ng 25 is 5. So pwede mo na siyang ilabas. And then, ang may iwan sa loob, yung 10 at saka yung 5, nasa loob pa din sila ng radical sign. So try to multiply 10 times 5, that is 50. Next. So yung 50 pwede pa bang factor? Well, yes. Kasi, isa sa mga factors ng 50 is 25 times 2. So perfect square na naman yung 25. So kunin mo yung square root ng 25, that is another 5. So you have 5 times 5 is square root of 2. So yung 2 maiwan sa loob since wala siyang perfect square. So yung meron ka ng dalawang 5 na nasa labas ng radical sign. Yung first, yung unang 25, ito yun. And then meron ka namang isang 25, so yun. So meron kang dalawang 5. Anong gagawin mo doon sa dalawang 5 na nailabas mo sa may radical sign? So yung mga numbers na ilalabas mo doon sa radical sign, i-multiply mo sila. So 5 times 5, that is 25. And then copy yung square root of 2. So ganyan lang iba't ibang klase ng pagsisimplify under multiplication of radical expressions kapag parehas yung index nila. So doon sa addition at subtraction, ina-add at saka sinusubtract mo yung mga numerical coefficient. Pero dapat tinitignan mo yung index at saka radicand. Dapat para sila ng index, para sila ng radicand. Dito sa multiplication, pwede magkaiba yung radicand, pwede magkaiba yung indices, pwede mo pa din sila yung multiply. So gagawan mo na lang ng paraan para ma-multiply mo sila. So yung mga susunod na example natin is, what if magkaiba sila ng index? So dito sa 1, 2, 3, and 4, para-parehas yung mga indices ng mga minumultiply mo. For number 1, parehas na square root. Number 2, parehas na cube root. Number 3, parehas na square root. Number 4, parehas na square root. Now, paano kung magkaiba? Now, 4 multiplying radicals with same radicands, pero magkaiba sila ng indices. What we will do is, i-apply natin yung rule natin sa exponent na kapag parehas yung base, in-add natin yung mga exponent nila. So, first thing na gagawin natin is, convert natin muna yung mga radical expression natin into rational expressions. O yung mga indices natin, ibalik natin sa mga rational exponents. So, yung square root of 5 nanggaling sa 5 raised to 1/2 times cube root of 5 nanggaling sa 5 raised to 1/3. So, dun sa loss natin ng loss of exponents natin, pag parehas yung base, we'll just copy yung base. Kapag nag-multiply tayo, pag parehas yung base, copy the base, and then add natin yung exponent. So you have 1/2 plus 1/3. Copy lang yung base, lagyan natin. Copy yung base na parehas na 5 and then add natin yung exponents. So ang gagawin mo lang doon sa 1/2 plus 1/3 is you'll just apply yung LCD para makuha mo yung 6 3 plus 2. So this is 5 raised to 6 raised to 5/6. Pero hindi ba yung final answer natin? Ganyan lang yung solution para ma-simplify. So I guess, muna natin ilagay ito. And then now you have 5 raised to 5/6. Ngayon ibabalik natin siya sa pagiging radical expression. Magiging 6, yung denominator ng exponent siya yung magiging index. 6 root of 5, and then yung numerator siya yung magiging exponent ng radical dito sa loob, 5. Now you just have to simplify yung 5 raised to 5. 5 raised to 5, which is 3,125. So kung nag-multiply tayo ng mga radical expressions na parehas yung radicand pero magkaiba yung index, ganito yung ginagawa natin. Ina-apply natin yung laws of exponents. Pero bago mo i-apply yung laws of exponents, i-convert mo muna yung radical expressions into rational exponents. Next number 2, same, parehas sila ng radical, magkaiba ng indices. I-convert natin sila muna sa pagiging radical expression to rational exponents. So 4 root of 3 is equal to 3 raised to 1/4 times cube root of 3, that is 3 raised to 1/3. So again, para sa base, copy yung base, add yung exponents. 4 plus 1/3, 1/4 times plus 1/3. And then put in your LCD. So you have 12. This is 3. This is 4. And now that is equal to 3 raised to 7 over 12. Pero ito pala siya yung final answer. Now, i-convert natin siya pabalik sa pagiging radical expression. So, we have 3 raised to 7 over 12. Yung 12 siya yung magiging index, yung 7 siya yung magiging exponent ng radical. So, you have 12 root of 3 raised to 7. Now, you just have to simplify yung 3 raised to 7. 3 raised to 7 is 2,187. So, ganyan yung solution kapag meron kang minumultiply na radical expression na parehas yung radical pero magkaiba yung index. I-convert mo muna sila into a rational exponents, tapos i-add mo yung exponent, and then i-convert mo ulit into a radical expression. So, this is for multiplying radicals with same radicals but different indices. Next lesson is multiplying radicals with different radicals and different indices. So yung first 2 lessons natin, paano minumultiply kapag parehas yung indices, magkaiba yung radical. Yung second lesson natin is minumultiply yung parehas yung radical pero magkaiba yung indices. This time, magmumultiply tayo ng magkaiba yung radical tapos magkaiba pa sila ng indices. So for number 1, we have the square root of 2 times cube root of 3. So ang gagawin natin is yung procedure natin sa second lesson natin. I-convert natin muna sila sa mga rational exponents. So square root of 2 is 2 raised to 1/2 times cube root of 3 is 3 raised to 1/3. Next na gagawin natin is kukunin natin yung LCD ng 1/2 and then 1/3. So we have 2 times 3. This is 6. This is 6. This is 3. This is 2. So, mapapansin ninyo, yung 1/2 is also, yung 3/6 that is also 1/2, yung 2/6 that is also 1/3. But in this form, sa 3/6 at 2/6, parehas yung index, o parehas yung denominator nila. So, may parts yan mamaya sa gagawin natin kasi, ko-convert na natin sila pabalik into radical expression. So, yung 2 raised to 3/6, magiging 6. Yung index, 2 raised to 3 times 6, 3 raised to 2. So yung 6 siya yung magiging index, yung 3 siya yung magiging exponent ng 2 dito sa loob. Yung 6 siya yung magiging index, yung 2 siya yung magiging exponent ng 3 dito sa loob. Now, isi-simplify muna natin yung 2 raised to 3 tsaka 3 raised to 2. And then we will apply yung lesson natin, yung first lesson natin kanina kapag parehas yung indices. So, 2 raised to 3 is 3. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2, that is 8. Times 6 raised to 3 raised to 2 is 3 times 3, that is 9. Next, ano gagawin natin kapag parehas yung indices? Doon sa first lesson natin, i-multiply lang natin yung mga radical. 8 times 9, that is 6 root of 72. Now, yung highlight ng lesson na yan is yung part na to. Wherein ang ginawa natin is kinuha natin yung LCD ng mga exponent natin para maging parehas yung mga denominator. Kasi kung parehas yung denominator ng mga exponent natin, ng mga rational exponent natin, magiging parehas yung mga indices. And therefore, mas madali na lang sila i-multiply o i-simplify. So, una, i-convert mo muna yung mga radical expression into a rational exponent, yung mga expression na rational yung mga exponent nila. And then, from here, pwede mo na kunin yung LCD para maging parehas yung denominator ng mga exponent natin. So, number 2, ganun pa din. Convert natin sila into a rational exponents. 2 raised to 1/3 times 4 raised to 1/4. And then yung 1/3 at yung 1/4, kukunin natin yung LCD nila. So we'll have 2, 4. So yung LCD to 3 and 4, that is 12. So 12 divided by 3 is 4 times 1, 4. 12 divided by 4, that's 3 times 1, this is 3. Tapos ibalik natin sila into a radical expression. So if we have 12 root of 2 raised to 4 times 12 root of 4 raised to 3. So 12 root of 2 raised to 4, that is 2 times 2, which is 4 times 2, 8 times 2, 16 times 12 root of 4 raised to 3. 4 times 4, 16 times 4, this is 64. Next is, pwede mo nang multiply yung 16 at 64. Since parehas na sila ng index, pwede mo na sila ilagay sa isang radical expression o radical symbol. So 12 root of 6 times 64, that is 12 root of 106, 1024. So pag hindi sila parehas ng radical, hindi sila parehas ng indices, i-convert mo muna sila into a rational expression na may mga rational exponents. And then kunin mo yung LCD nung mga rational exponents na yun. Pero hindi mo sila pwedeng i-add, tulad nung nasa second lesson natin. Pwede mong i-add yung mga yun kasi parehas yung mga radicand nila o parehas yung bases. In this case, hindi parehas yung mga bases, so hindi mo pwedeng i-add. Ang pwede mo lang gawin doon sa mga exponent nila is gawing parehas yung mga denominator using the LCD procedure. So, ganyan yung procedure kapag nag-multiply tayo ng mga radicals na magkaiba yung radical at saka yung indices. Next, multiplying a polynomial radical expression by a monomial. So, for number 1, we have square root of 2 times square root of 3 plus 2 square root of 5. And then for number 2, we have square root of x times 2 square root of x plus 3 square root of 2. So for this lesson, i-apply lang natin yung rules ng distribution method kapag nag-multiply tayo ng polynomial expression sa isang monomial. Halimbawa, yung square root of 2, i-multiply muna natin sa square root of 3, and then i-multiply natin sa 2 square root of 5. So, square root of 2 times square root of 3, tulad sa lesson natin kanina, kapag para sa index, i-multiply lang natin mga radical. So, we have square root of 2 times 3 plus square root of 2 times 2 square root of 5, we have 2 square root of 5 times 2. So, ito yung radical, i-multiply mo sa radical. So, we have 5 times 2. And then, copy yung 2. Well, actually, minumultiply mo din yung 2 dito sa numerical coefficient ng square root of 2. Yung number dito sa labas, which is 1 kung hindi naka-indicate. Which means, meron pa din 1 dito. So, 1 times 1, this is 1. 1 times 2, that is 2. And then, yung mga radical, 2 times 3, we have 2 times 3. 2 times 5, we have 5 times 2. So, square root of 2 times 3 is square root of 6 plus 2 square root of 5 times 2, that is 2 square root of 10. So, tignan natin kung pwede pa simplify. So, yung 6 di ko na pwede i-factor kasi wala na siyang factor na perfect square. Yung 10 di ko na din pwede i-factor kasi wala na siyang factor na perfect square. Therefore, this will be your final answer, square root of 6 plus square root of 10. But hindi mo sila pwedeng i-add. Well, tulad ng lesson natin before, ang pwede mo lang i-add yung parehas yung index at saka parehas yung radical. So, parehas yung index nila, pero hindi parehas yung radical. So, hindi mo pwedeng i-add. For number 2, same procedure. I-multiply natin yung x squared sa 2x squared, 2 square root of x, i-multiply sa 2 square root of x, and then yung square root of x, i-multiply sa 3 square root of 2. So, 1 times 2, we have 2. Oops. 2 square root of x times x, you have x times x, plus square root of 1 times 3, that is 3. X times 2, that is 2 times x. 2 square root of x times x, that is simply x squared. Dalawang x, that is x squared, plus 3 square root of 2 times x, that is square root of 2x. Now, yung square root of x squared is pwede pang i-simplify. So, this is equal to 2, makakancel yung radical sign at saka exponent na 2. You have x na lang, so you have 2x plus 3 square root of 2x. So, yan yung final answer natin. Next, multiplying two polynomials with radical expressions. So for this lesson, gagamitin natin yung FOIL method or yung distribution method. Wherein, yung bawat terms dun sa first grouping symbol, multiply mo sa bawat term sa pangalawang grouping symbol. So, yung FOIL method ng first, outer, inner, last. Pero this time, ang gagawin natin, multiply natin square root of 3 sa square root of 3. Square root of 3 sa negative 2. And then yung 1 sa square root of 3. And then yung 1 sa minus 2. So square root of 3 times square root of 3, you have square root of 3 times square root of 3. Square root of 3 times negative 2, that's negative 2 square root of 3. 1 times square root of 3 is positive square root of 3. 1 times negative 2, that is negative 2. So square root of 3 times square root of 3, that is square root of 9 minus 2 square root of 3 plus square root of 3 minus 2. Then square root of 9 is equal to 3. And then this part, since similar sila kasi para sila ng index, para sila ng radicand. Therefore, pwede mo i-simplify yung numerical coefficient nila. So you have negative 2 at saka yung dito hindi nakalagay na numerical coefficient, therefore this is 1. So you have negative 2 plus 1, that is negative 1 square root of 3 minus 2. Next, 3 minus 2, that is 1 minus square root of 3. Next, so dito sa may second to the last part is you'll just combine yung mga like terms, yung 3 at saka yung negative 2. So 3 minus 2, you have 1. Next, number 2, same procedure, distribution. So, if susundan natin yung nandun sa may module, you will just simplify this parang ganito. Pero I suggest na kunin mo na agad yung factored form o yung lowest term o lowest form nito, yung simplest form ng square root of 8. Kasi mas bababa yung number. Pero in this case, sundan natin yung nasa may module natin. So, multiply this. Square root of 3 times 3 square root of 2, that is 3 square root of 6. 3 square root of 3 times square root of negative 6, that is negative square root of 18. 8 times square root of 8 times 3 square root of 2, that is positive 3 square root of 16. Square root of 8 times negative square root of 6, that is negative square root of 48. So next we simplify 3 square root of 6, and then yung 18 is can be written as 9 times square root of 2, tama? Square root of 9 times square root of 2 is square root of 18 plus 3 square root of 16, that is 4, and then yung 48. Anong factors ng 48? So yung factors na gagamitin natin sa 48 is square root of 16 times square root of 3. So 16 times 3, that's still 48. So again, simplify furthermore. So 3 square root of 6, and then square root of 9, that is 3, copy yung square root of 2, plus 3 times 4, that is 12, minus square root of 16, that is 4, copy yung square root of 3. Next, so tignan natin kung na-simplify na. So meron pa pang pwedeng i-simplify. 3 square root of 6 minus 3 square root of 2 plus 12 minus 4 square root of 3. So dito sa may module natin, naputol hanggang dun sa may, hanggang dito lang siya. Pero pwede mo pang i-simplify yung square root of 9, which is 3. Now I suggest na yung mga numbers, i-write mo sila from highest radicand to constant yung 12. So mauna yung 3 square root of 6, and then minus 4 square root of 3, and then minus 3 square root of 2, tapos plus 12. I suggest na ganyan mo sila isulat. I-write mo sila.